I'm going to show you how to import a file in Nix. It's important to remember that if your user roles are not sufficient for importing, you won't be able to. You need to be at least a GIS level user or an administrator, and you should be able to import files. The way you would find out if you can do that, if your roles are appropriate, is go to the Data tab, pull down menu, go to, if this Import Data tab is not available to you, then you won't be able to do that, but click Import Data. It will bring up the various file types that you could bring in for Nix. KMZs, KMLs, and shapefiles are pretty common, as well as is the GPX file for track files out of a handheld GPS or out of the SAR app. So I'm going to select the shapefile. The first thing I want to do is click Browse, and I'll go to the Downloads folder, where that folder that I just downloaded was, or exported. Double click on it, and you can see I've got different kinds of files. I'm going to have to each load each feature one at a time. So I'll start off with the line file, and in Nix, the first thing you're looking for is the SHP or shape file. Then you'll find the SHX. It requires all of these components to make a complete picture. So for the first file, I want to find the SHP of the line file. So there it is, line SHP. Double click on it, it'll load it up. The next one is going to be the SHX file. So when I click, I find the SHX. The next one will be the DBF file. If I click on it, and we'll go find the DBF. And then the third one is the PRJ, or the projection file. And the GIS people tell me that all of these components have different pieces of information. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a name. And traditionally, we'd want to use an appropriate name and with a date associated with it. So I'll use today's date, 6.17. Uh-oh. I accidentally hit the execute button. So it told me that it was loaded up, but I would want to use the year in there as well. So where it went was to the upload folder. So when I minimize this and I go to the data layer, you'll see that it is uploaded. It created a little blue line under there. Better seen if I switch over to the incident map, where that added feature that I hadn't drawn yet. Now when I click on it, you can show that it represents in there. It's not a permanent feature, and I still don't have the ability to draw on it, but that would be a way to represent what's been added to a feature. Now if I wanted to add another, let's say the point files, for example, where those spot fires were, I'd just do the same thing. I'd go to the SHP for the point files first. Oh, wrong one. Go to the SHP for the point file. There it is. And then to the SHX. And then to the DBF. And then to the PRJ. Double click. And then this time I'm going to call it point with the same date. And when I click upload, it'll also put it in there. So now we can see where both the line file is, and by clicking on the, where'd you go? There it is. By clicking on the point file, you'll see that it represents where those things are as well. So again, if I go back to the working map, see the points are centered in the middle of those spot fires, and underneath there you can see the blue line that's created by the shapefile. So that's how you import files into Nix. Again, importing data and choosing the appropriate level. Thank you very much.